Hello and welcome to Innsbruck. We are here for the 5th IFSC Bouldering World Cup of 2013. After what was one of the most exciting finals of the year so far in Logdragomer, we've headed into Austria, to the capital of the Tyrol district, one of the 9 state provinces that make up the Federal Republic of Austria. During the winter months, Innsbruck is an internationally renowned winter sports centre, hosting Winter Olympics in both 1964 and 1976, the Winter Paralympics in 84 and 88, and it was also the first site of the Winter Youth Olympics in 2012. In the summer, Innsbruck becomes a paradise for mountaineering activities. Hikers, mountain bikers and of course climbers flock here to enjoy the surrounding snow-free rocky trails and terrain. 62% of Austria's total land area is covered by the Austrian Alps, making it the perfect place for these types of sports. So we are back again on Austrian turf, with the Austrians still leading the pack. Will anyone be able to stop this nation whose very essence is based on conquering mountains? Are people used to life on the top, or will we see the home team laying claim to yet another peak at the top of our podium? And here we are for the women's qualifications. Approaching that time now, just a couple of minutes to go. Just over a minute before we bring out our first 2 female athletes. They're all getting ready just next to me now. I can see them sitting down next to me. This is women's group A to start us off. And this is B that you can see on the other side of the wall. So we're down to just the 4 problems either side then. Difference from this morning due to the fact that the dread of rain coming back. We're sticking with just 4 problems for the qualifications for the women's here, and a slightly smaller group as well compared to the men's. So not quite as long as this morning, and roughly a minute now left before we welcome our first 2 athletes out onto the field. We will go through start lists with you. We'll do that in a short amount of time. But I can tell you that the first 2 climbers out will be Akio Noguchi and Anna Storr. But, a much smaller group here compared to what we saw with the men's earlier today. I can see Anna standing next to me getting ready to go. So the route setters have been steaming away, keeping themselves busy in that break. Not long at all to reset, or to break down 5 problems and to set up 4 new ones for each group. So 8 problems set in roughly an hour. Nice and quick. Hopefully you're joining us back again. Remember, you can get in touch with us by using the hashtag IFSCWC on Twitter. Any questions or queries, opinions or viewpoints you might have, do send them out to us, and we'll do our best to get involved in a bit of a chat on there as well. So it'd be nice to see some of you there. Here is Akio Noguchi, and here is Anna Storr on the other side then as well. Got a bit of a pesky tarpaulin in there. It is sunny, believe it or not, after this morning. We have some sun. Fingers crossed at home. Every limb and digit crossed, please, that it stays that way as we move through the competition. Anna Storr then, who, as I said to her in Logdragomer, seems unstoppable at the moment. She says, "Oh, I'm not unstoppable. I just haven't been stopped yet." But 4 gold medals already in the 4 World Cups that we've had this year. This has definitely been her year. So this one, problem 1 for the women, this is a balancy-based problem, as you can see. A bit tricky over this mantle section here to get up a bit higher around the red ball that you can see at the bottom on A1. So a similar start as well to the one that we saw on the men's, and this is also relatively similar to men's problem 2 as well here for B1. This one around the volumes. Some underclings to start off on this one, up to the bonus. There's a flash for Anna. We would expect to see that at the start of the comp, and also from Akio Noguchi as well. So we're starting quick and fast here for the women's. 2 flashes for these 2 athletes. They'll now move back into their isolation. Judges are out, the sun is out, the crowd is back and filling up as well. Quite a big crowd here now gathered. As you can see there, the pavilion that we're underneath, and you can see the clouds just lifting off there from the Alps in the background as well. The Austrian Alps that are sitting around to either side of us, giving us the valley. There's Shimizu as well, one of the Japanese male athletes that we saw earlier this morning. Come to watch the team support Akio and Momoka as they come out to make their qualification rounds. 62%, as I said earlier, the Austrians' total land area is covered in the Austrian Alps. We've definitely got them surrounding us here. It has 13 peaks above 3,000 meters and 34 peaks above 2,000 meters. So decent height for these Alps as well. And the area surrounding us here are covered and littered with boulders for people to climb on. Some good gyms as well here due to the Olympic sports facilities. And we get ready already for our next two athletes as our clock ticks down. Still just 2 minutes to go then before we welcome Alex Puccio and Shauna Coxey into the field to start their climb here as well. So few less women today than we had with the men's earlier. Just 56 compared to 72. And they're all climbing on just 4 boulders here, due to the chance that it might rain later on, causes some problems. You can see there, packed crowd and the TV crews. We're taking feed from the crew here. Mario Lechner. And there's Jan Hoyer as well, standing and watching. Some of the French team. There's Remy, the coach, all standing watching. But yes, we have limited control over what happens with the cameras. We're just providing the feed for you on this one, but hopefully all will be well. As long as the sun stays with us and those clouds keep away. And another reminder is that we're not that far at all away from 20,000 likes on Facebook. So please get yourself over to www.facebook.com/Sport Climbing 2020 and click a like on that one. I want to see 20,000 before we call it quits at this competition after the finals. There was qualification group 1, you can see there up on your screen, who we're expecting to see. Here's page 2 for the group A. Expected to see these athletes out a little bit later on. Barbara Backer here as well as Sabine, I believe. We'll be showing you the Group B listings in a short while, but for now we go over onto the wall again and welcome Shauna Coxey and Alex Puccio out into the fray. Shauna Coxey made every final since she started competing last year. Become very quickly a very well-known athlete. We're going to go split screen to show you both of these athletes here now as well. Shauna, plenty of silver medals in the bag, plenty of bronze medals in the bag, but hasn't managed to bag that gold yet. So we'll see. So B1 then, these volumes with the underclings and moving up a tad. Well, there we are, a flash from Shauna Coxey. Expect to see no less from her. Alex on the slab then. This is the one that she does not like. Remember, Alex Puccio and slabs do not get on. She's been doing a lot more training for slabs. We went and saw her doing some training actually at the local gym here with all the rest of the guys. Just the other day on Tuesday, I had the privilege of being challenged by Alex Puccio. I say challenge, well, she set me a route, set me a problem. She's still here using her time, 3 minutes 15, plenty of time for her to get back up on that slab again. She's just got to get used to the balance section, get comfortable with it before she can start moving up a little bit further. Coordination around this one, it's quite difficult to make the bonus hold as well once you're up there. We saw Alex getting into a bit of a tricky situation with that one. Still on the ground here. We know she doesn't like slabs. we have seen some success from Puccio with some slabs. We saw that fantastic moment in Log Dragomir where she just completely invented her own beater to try and get around the slab, made it into a different type of problem. Well, the vertical section anyway, it wasn't quite a slab in Log Drag. We've got one here. It's the same wall we used in Kitzbühel. I'm trying to go straight up for the bonus there and bypass the erect entirely. Fiance Christopher Parsons was supposed to be competing earlier today. Unfortunately, he was unwell. So our wishes are with him. Hope he gets better soon. Let's hope that it's not on Alex's mind too much that Chris isn't here watching her today. Another attempt then at the slab. Very nearly managed to secure the bonus there. She's got 1 minute 40 roughly left now. But let's hope that she manages it. A couple of bronze medals so far this year. Chongqing. Only 5'2", Alex Puccio as well, so this is a big reach for her. She's managed the bonus. Different tactic about getting up to this slab here. Using the arete now, and she manages it. Now she's used some attempts there on that one. Slab's obviously not her friend, so you can see her shaking her head there as she got down. She's not happy with that one at all. Still 3 more problems for her to be able to improve on though. So both of our athletes off the wall. The last minute left to go. We get ready for our next few. The young and the old here. Just got prime viewing there of that man's bald head. And there you can see the crowd. Coach for Japan there. There's Ian, the Aussie photographer. Moving around. Some of the other officials you can see there in the background as well. So as we mentioned earlier, yep, we're only just shy of 20,000 likes on Facebook. So get yourself over onto Facebook and please click a like on there for us. Help us with the Olympic dream. And while you're there, you can take part in the donation campaign that's going on in Facebook as well, which is to donate to the IFSC. Win yourself a chance at getting your hands on one of 54 grand prizes, some climbing equipment up on there, some ropes, some t-shirts, chalk bags, things of the like. And Melissa Leneve now takes to the stage, along with Katarina Sarvine. And Anna Storr then back out onto A2 here. A2, this is all about power on this one. Not easy to get up onto the yellow bonus either, or to decide what you're doing with that one. So no surprise there, Anna Storr with a top again. Katarina Sarvine very close there to a top as well. Managed the bonus. Well, I was saying it's not easy around the yellow pinch. It didn't seem to stop Anna. She's back into isolation already. Two minutes 55 left on the clock. Here's Melissa with a more type of style that she's used to being in. good use here of the arete, and then that left foot up into that purple foothold to get her up to the top there as well. Very nicely done. Melissa Leneve with the top as well here, moving very quick through these athletes. Katja still here. Last athlete. Starting with this undercling section then on boulder problem 1 for Group B. Moves up into that sloper-like bonus hold. See Katarina just analysing this route for now. She's still got 2 minutes on the clock. One hand on the finish hold. On the top then a moment ago. Here we go again. Hand placement on that one, manages to stick it, and 2 hands on there as well. A round of applause from the crowd, our home crowd, the Austrians watching on. Let us know who you're shouting for and who you're screaming for back at home as well. You can do that by getting onto the Twitter and using hashtag IFSCWC. And as promised, we did say that we'd show you Group B, so whilst you can see Julian Worm getting ready there, let's have a look at the listings for women's Group B here as well then.
Last minute.
Here it is. Akio Noguchi, Shauna Coxey and Katharina Salvine. We've already seen climb. There's Julian Worm getting ready to come out. And here's our first page then. Melanie Sandoz here again. After her injury, obviously feeling better. Page 2 won't be a second. We're going to bring that up for you. There's Jörg Verhoeven. Here's page 2 then for Group B. Leah Crane, Jenny Levada. Aya Anoe did relatively well recently as well. Manon Chapet. Katharina Porsche here as well for Austria. And the increased team that they're allowed to have here, it being on home turf.
5.
So that was the first 2 pages of Group B as well for you, so you can see who we're expecting.
1.
As we welcome Alex Puccio back onto A2. Now this is much more her kind of problem, with Momoka Oda moving on to A1. So this is a power-based problem for Alex. As I said, when Anna was on it a few moments ago, I was expecting some difficulty around the yellow bonus, but not so for Stor. So we'll stay with her while she makes the first attempt on this one. Momoka Oda just analysing A1 as well. Momoka, very established lead climber already at her young age, and also a very competent boulderer as well. It's Shauna Coxey moving up onto B2. Again, a lot about the power, these huge pinches all the way up there. Jula Worm, a flash for her straight away on problem 1. Good start. And here is Alex Puccio then, starting this power section that she's getting into here. Going for the higher grip there. Looking good so far. She's going to get a hand up and turn her leg out now in a moment. There it is. Trying to figure out what she's doing here. Is she going to rely more on the one on the right, or is she going to try and get a leg up even further? No, it's kind of strange mantle towards the top here. She's got a hand, and there's a second. Alex Puccio with the top there. Nice and quick. Shauna still on the mat at the present moment in time. Momoka Oda using the arete here, though. Very nice. One move away. Another hand coming up. There it is, a top from Momoka Oda. Lovely start there for her as well. And here's Shauna then, using these huge pinches. One hand onto the bonus. And move across here then, and then it gets tricky. She's going to go for the heel hook straight away. There's a clever way of doing it. Different beta, as always, from Shauna. Seen the routes that are setting these ones up, and they were going for a bit of a campus section in the middle there before then getting the heel up. Shauna's gone straight for it. This is the tough one. And again, 2 minutes 40 left on the clock. Plenty of time now for Shauna to sort this out. Coxey, 3 silver medals last year, 2 fourth place positions. Missed Munich, unfortunately, due to an injury, but still placed 3rd overall in the World Cup rankings. This year so far, she's made every final. She came 5th in Chongqing, 2nd in Miol, 4th in Kitzbühel, and 3rd in Log-Dragomer. So she's already podiumed twice this year out of 4 comps. We had that very, very close call in Miol when we thought it could be a gold for her. With just under 2 minutes now, Shauna taking a moment to take a breath. But being one of the more experienced climbers now, she's used to managing her time well, so using that rest moment for a brief while before she gets back on. Use the most of the last section of her time. It's going to take a big push now to get her up from that bonus hold. Here she goes again, 1 minute 15 left on the clock. Another power base problem, not looking comfortable there at all. 1 minute left, come on Shauna, you got 1 more left in you. You have to be quick, look, there you are, she's moving forward. She kind of wants those brushes to get out the way, I think. "45 seconds. Shouts of "come on Shauna" from the crowd. Heel hook here. Slightly lower down than before. Approaching 30 seconds now. Heel hook a bit higher. She's going to mantle over that heel. That's it, flatten it out. Flatten it out. There we go. Penultimate hold. Now just don't rush this top now, and it's yours. 15 seconds. One hand on. Nice place to stand there, and there it is. Shauna Coxey, 11 seconds left on the clock. And finally, after a couple of attempts there, managing to secure that one. Problem 2. Very nice start for her. So I think we're going to take you to quad screen. Show you everybody now that they're out. Anna Storm moving on to problem 3 now. Mina Markovic coming out onto problem 1. Melissa Leneve back out. Kio Noguchi on B3. Olga Iakoleva on B1. And Katarina Saravine in the middle of them as well. So 6 athletes out now. Nearly a full wall for us here. Anna Storm on problem 3 now. In Group A, this is the body tension type of boulder. Big undercling around the blue as well. It's not an easy one, and the yellow crimp, you need to take that bonus and then jump to the pocket you can see up there. You can see Anna in the bottom right hand corner of your screen now. Akio Noguchi on a very similar problem as well. Start with the little crimps, matching on the pink, which she's already done. Pushed up to the bonus here with one hand. Most difficult part of this one is around the blue ball and using your footwork on how you get up to this section. From here, she should be okay. And there she is. And there's Mina Markovic securing a top there on A1 as well. Katarina Saravine using the time up here to stare, decide where she's going from here. If you can hear random cries of Ali Anna next to me, it's because her sister, Anna Storr's sister, is helping out here at this event. She's just next to me at the moment. Giving some support at the top there then for Anna, and we are now with Melissa Leneve and Katharina Sarvine. Katharina making another start on the one that we saw stumping Shauna a moment ago. Melissa over on A2.
From France. On the way. Come on, Ali.
1 minute and 30 left on the clock here. Melissa Leneve moving up to the yellow bonus hold here. It's another body tension based one, but a lot of power in this all the way up. Now let's see whether she looks as awkward here as we saw Alex looking. Yes, she is. That's a really tricky place to be there. Interesting to see how the athletes are going to get up after they've put that right heel up onto the sloper next to them. Got into that position where they're basically mantling that high up on the wall. It's going to be interesting to see which athletes are able to make it. I suppose some of the taller ones should find it a little bit easier. This is good now from Katharina Sarvine. This is where she wants to be, and no, just pushed a little bit far away from the wall there, unfortunately. Melissa sidelines as a window cleaner sometimes as well. Is he putting those skills to practice? 35 seconds, and she's going to go again on this one, and rightly so. She can do this first section quick. She's going to be looking good here. There's a pinch. 20 seconds. She's going to need to be quick here if she wants to get up to the section that she needs to be working on. She's done this bit before. She knows how it works. Unfortunately, it's not going to work out for her there, I think. She has run into the tricky section around the yellow bonus. So no top there for Melissa Leneve. With the countdown happening now, we welcome our next few climbers. Amoka Oda out to the wall. Monica Recci then, her first climb for the day, coming out onto A1 for you now. And over on B1, we have Melanie Sandoz, our world champion from Paris, Bercy 2012. Monica Recci saw her first final this year. Came very close last year. She came 7th in Chongqing. She came 6th this year in Chongqing. The interesting thing is that her results correlate from then on. They're very, very similar. She does extremely well at the start of every year and then tends to drop off a little bit and then slowly get a little bit better. And that seems to be happening again this year with her results. Monica definitely one with the skill and ability to start pushing herself now. It's just making that leap from qualifying and ended up high in the semis, but not quite making finals, to making finals more often than not, which is what we see from Alex Puccio, Shauna Coxey, some of the other female athletes on the wall now. You can see the power there from Alex. That's no problem for her at all, that problem 3. Dino up to the pocket, another little pop up to that. Really nice finish hold there for her as well. Exactly the kind of style that she likes. And she's already back in ISO. She just walked past me. Top there for Shauna Coxey as well. Momoka Oda here. Left hand up onto the bonus. This is the trick with this one. The higher you go on it, the better. And let's see how she deals with this section here then. Interesting, a heel hook, and she looks like she might try and go up that way. On the left as opposed to using the right. Oh no, no, she's switching. See the flexibility there. A lot of the lead climbers tend to be extremely flexible as well, but let's see how she gets on from here with this little extra mantle. Nope, that looks like it's going to be a reoccurring issue. We'll have to wait and see what happens as we move through the comp. Julian Verm in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen now. She's been world ranked 6th for a while. 2 bronze medals last year, ended up the year in Munich actually with a bronze medal there. So far this year though for Jule, bit of a mixed affair. She's been 7th at Chongqing, 5th at Millau, so made the finals there, then down to 11th when we went over to Kitzbühel, and then 31st at Log Dragomir just recently. So here's hoping Jule picks it up a little bit here. I know that Uda, the coach, is very pleased with the German effort in Log Dragomir, but just a little bit disappointed that he didn't see Jule there as well. But there must be no complaining there for Uda with the silver medal from Jan Hoyer at Log Dragomir just recently. Last comp. There you can see in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, in the distance, a sun-capped peak. For the first time today really, you can see at the top right hand screen a cloud-capped peak. We want to keep more of the bottom and less of the top now. Rain shouldn't be too much of a problem, but the reason that that sheet's there on the side next to Momoka where she's climbing now is to stop the rain coming in on the mat, because it drenched the end of that mat earlier. Had a team of people with towels on there making sure that it was at least halfway decent for the athletes to come out and climb on. And with the last minute now, we've still got Julian Verm on the floor and Momoka Oda. Unusual occurrence.
Plenty of time. Come on.
Jule still making an attempt here. See the athletes getting ready. Melissa Leneve, Mina Leslie Wojastik will be next out for GB. Mina Markovic and Anna Stor back out for their final one. So we have a full wall now, so that's why we're in quad screen. 8 athletes out climbing. 10 seconds here left on the clock before that turnaround, and Jule is calling it there, I think.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And here we are, Mina Leslie Wojastik moving out onto A1, and Cécile Lavezou on B1. The top left is Mina, and the bottom left is Cécile.
And on the left, with 87, it is Mina Leslie Wojcicki from Russia.
I think the announcer just said that Mina Leslie Wojastik was from Russia. There it is, he's corrected it. Brilliant. Always nice to have a bit of fun. It's the name, I think, probably confusing him. Mina Leslie Wojastik, the famous Russian athlete. Here she is for Great Britain. Mina. And Cécile Lavezou for France. Very quick here to move up to the bonus hold. Got a toe hook in there to secure her in a little bit. And 2 hands on, the eldest of our female competitors, Cécile Lavezou. We do have Anja Hodan here as well, and Anja Hodan's 35. Which doesn't sound like that old, when you consider that a lot of numbers that we see here are 15 and 16 coming up from the youth circuits. There's a big gap there. That was very unfortunate of Mina as well, right at the very top to lose it there. She's going to be cursing herself for that one. Anna Stor working over on A4 now. This seems like an easy problem to read, but it's not, basically, is what I'm told by Mark, who's our chief route setter here. It's the jump onto the yellow jug, which you can see Anna struggling with here. Jump onto the yellow jug, and then it's figuring out what to do with the second hand, the right hand, and where to go from there, which is the tough part. It's not very easy to read the beater at all. A lot of coordination involved in this one on A4. And Anna manages to stick it this time. Getting a toe in there now as well. This should be okay for her from now in, let's hope so. And there it is, the top on A4, very nice for Anna Stor. Mina Leslie Wojastik finished up as well. This should be cursing herself for those couple of attempts. 2 minutes then left on the clock. Akio Noguchi still working away on problem 4 for Group B. Very similar to problem 4 for A as well. Coordination and jump. Basically the way of getting there. Undercling here. She's got to get those hands up onto the top now. Nice and easy and she'll get there. And there it is, a secure top for Akio Noguchi. Mina Markovic then, our only... Oh no, we have Olga Yakovleva still on the ground as well. Mina making another attempt over on A2.
Mina Markovic. Anemia, auf geht's. Alle. Es ist noch genügend Zeit.
Still got a minute here. Markovic to be able to make something out of this.
Zur Qualifikation so viele gekommen sind. Es freut uns umso mehr.
Did very well last year, came first in Log Dragomir, and then second at the cup following that in Vienna. She made the finals 3 times last year. This year, though, a little bit of a different affair. 12th in Chongqing, 18th in Mio, 5th at Kitzbühel. So made the finals in Kitzbühel, and then came 5th again at Log Dragomir this year, the last comp that we've just had. So she's going to be looking to improve on that one here. Get ready for our next athletes to come out. 10 seconds left on the clock then. Looks like Mina's calling it a day there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And here we go. Alex Puccio out now for A4 with a smile as well as she hands the slip to the judge. This again is very much in fitting with Puccio's style. Let's hope that she does well here on this one. Anna Galiamova out now on A1 and Tatiana Shemolinkina on B1. Shemolinkina, who hasn't made a final for the past 2 years, but has come close, and he's often making it through to the semi-finals. She's been pretty close this year. She's been 16th, and the closest she's come is 8th. She's 8th in Mio. She's a frequent semi-finalist. Alex looking good here on problem 4. Making that little pop on the first attempt. Couple more moves and there it is, and it's in the bag. There it is. Alex Puccio. Working a magic. Nicely done. Shauna Coxey still working away here on B4 though. One hand on. Secured it a little bit more, and a second. There it is. Shauna Coxey with a top on B4 as well. So just moving out to have a look at the results as they're standing at present then. Anna Storr in first place with 4 tops in 8. Alex Puccio in second. Just waiting to have another look here. Melanie Sandoz still working away here over on B2. The only athlete left out here. Up to the bonus hold now. She's got a heel hook on there. This is the tricky part now for her. Up with the right hand. Big stretch. It's just keeping the tension in the left arm, between the left arm and the heel hook here, that's going to keep her on, and it has. Kia Noguchi at the top of her listings with 4 tops in 6. So actually doing better than Anna here as well. Better than Anna Storr, Kia Noguchi. 1 minute 40 still left though. Shows you the caliber that we're looking at here. Oh, God, we do have Monica Recchi still left on the wall. My bad. 1 minute 30 left on, but as I was saying, showing you the caliber of some of these athletes. We had 8 of them out a moment ago, with still nearly 2 minutes left on the clock. We're down to just 2. The rest have finished. That means that they've come out, read a problem that they've never seen before, probably tried a couple of attempts at it, and solved it in less than 4 minutes. Very close for Monica Recchi then. 1 minute still left. She's got enough time to make another attempt at it. Melanie Sandoz taking a moment to look at this again as well.
Last minute.
Just 56 women to get through on this one. Supposed to have 72 men. And just 4 problems as well. As opposed to our 5 that we started with anyway with the men's, and then had to drop out the first ones after the rain came in. 30 seconds. Sandoz with another attempt. It looks like Recchi's calling it there, saving some energy no doubt for later on in the comp. And getting ready for their final few climbs. The next athlete's waiting patiently in the wings. So, boulder problem 4 seems to be the one that caught Akira Noguchi out. She had 3 flashes before that, took 3 attempts on problem 4. And Anna Storr took 3 attempts on 3 and 4. That gave her 8. Alex Puccio, 5 attempts on problem 1. That shows you what the difference is with Alex and how she doesn't like her slabs, because after that she's flashed the next 2. Putting her in second place in her grouping at the moment. And we have a backer back in the field. It's Sabine Backer out on A1 and Petra Klingler out on B1 here then. Walking out to have a little look at how these guys are getting on. Over on B4, Katarina Savai making her last climb, and Melissa Leneve making hers as well. And just as she's about to walk away, I'm going to catch myself a Puccio before she disappears. How was the slab?
I did it. Yeah, I just don't think I was in the right mindset to when I first went out there. But I mean, I think I'm in. Hopefully I'm in. Did all 4 and flashed the rest of them. So let's just hope that 4 people don't do all of them.
Well, you definitely made up for it. We saw Anna and Akio struggling with 3 and 4, which you just didn't at all. They were much more your style, I think. Either the big, powerful moves, the jumps in a lot of them as well, some dynos.
Yeah, you can say they're my style.
What is your style? Who are you?
I don't really know anymore, because I could do slabs, but usually sometimes I flash them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do slabs and not the powerful ones. Sometimes I do the powerful ones and not the slabs. So I think I'm becoming a more well-rounded climber, I hope, from being in Europe and doing the World Cups and climbing up the works. But yeah, they were fun, and I had a fun day. So
you've done a lot of work on run and jumps as well recently, as well, haven't you?
I tried as much of them as I could, but yeah, hopefully we don't have very many, a lot of run and jumps for the rest of the season.
It's a bit of a strange one to start off with. A lot of people were saying it's not climbing, it's jumping, there's a difference. Do you enjoy the run and jump at all, or do you just not like it as a style?
I don't know, it's a weird thing to train, isn't it? But yeah, they're fun when you can do them.
Fair enough, I'll leave it with that then. I'll let you get on. Thank you, Alex. And Mina Markovic with the top there on A3. Melissa Leneve finishing up on A4 as well. Still with 2 minutes 30 left on the clock. Nice to grab Alex for a brief chat there. And let's hope that it's enough. She's currently sitting in second. Waiting for the results to pour in for boulder problem 4 for her. Actually, if she did flash 4, which I think she did, she'll be joint first with Alex. Shauna Coxey currently in second. Coxey took 5 attempts on boulder problem 2. Huge amount of support now for Katharina Salvine though from the crowd. The square is full. Absolutely full. Now that it is sunny, the square here is absolutely rammed. Jakob Schubert down in the front, I can see here having to watch. Anna Storr as well watching with Heiko, the coach. The route setters all leaning like some sort of gang out of a musical behind me. Half expecting them to start clicking, telling us to be cool. Jule Worm. We're currently here now with Cecilia Lavazou on problem 2, B2. Mina Leslie Wojastik on A2. When do we predict will be the time that we see the first finals for Mina Leslie Wojastik then? That's the interesting one. For those of you that are new to the sport, we take from these 56 athletes 10 from each group. So we take 10 from Group A and 10 from Group B. The highest of each of those make it through into the semi-finals tomorrow.
Last minute.
And then we take that down to just 6 female athletes for the finals and 6 male athletes as well. That'll be tomorrow night, so make sure you come and join us for that one. Hopefully you're enjoying this slightly smoother broadcast now that the rain is giving us a moment's peace. There are some dark clouds around. I'm hoping that they stay away. And there seems to be a running trend here for Mina Leslie Wojastik. She's getting to the penultimate hold every time and then just losing it right at the very last. We saw it happen on the first one. It happened a couple of times here as well on A2. Back behind the wall though, we get ready to welcome Therese Johansson for Norway. Cecilia Lavazou finished up now. And Jule Worm about to come out for us again here. Moka Oda currently in 3rd place in her group. Katja Salvine in 3rd place in Group B as well, with 3 tops in 9 attempts. 4 tops in 6 is our best so far today. Akio Noguchi's given us that. And yes, Alex Puccio does have 4 tops in 8, 4 bonuses in 8, which makes her joint first with with Anna Storr, rather. So Alex Puccio and Anna Storr currently joint first in their group. Melissa Leneve in 3rd place then. That's how it's looking at the moment. Jule Worm here on B4 making her final climb for the day, and Leah Crane for Great Britain now out on B1. Here's Jule then. About to go for B4. Into the starting holds. Now it's moving from this to Jitsu. A little bit further right here, that's going to cause some tricky problems for her. Nice big pocket the other side of that though, if she can get there. Just swung out a little bit too much there. Melissa, how was it for you today? This is Melissa Leneve, by the way, guys. I've just stopped her.
I think it was different, really different qualification because it's only 4 boulder. So the boulder are kind of really harder than, so it's kind of surprising.
It's kind of like hard, but as quick as you can possibly make it. So it's like all at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you find any of them particularly tricky or difficult, or was it kind of quite nice to be challenged but be able to come over them?
It's really nice, it's really powerful, and I feel again my muscle from Slovenia, you know. It's not totally, tomorrow will be better, for sure.
Do you prefer taking, just having it as 4 boulders for the qualifications as opposed to 5? Do you like this way more?
No, I think 5 boulder is where it's nicer, for sure.
For you to climb, or do you think it shows the endurance side of things as well?
Also for everything, I mean also for the, I don't know, the girl, the guy come from really far away and even don't pass the qualification, you know. And I mean, I think it's kind of hard boulder, so maybe the first, like the one who first do the World Cup, or it's really hard, I think.
It's quite nice that if they have travelled far, they get to climb the one extra problem as well, is what you said. All right, Melissa, thank you very much. You're in third at the moment, so you're looking good.
Okay, nice.
Thanks, Melissa. Katrina Salvine currently in third as well, 3 tops in 9. Any questions you might have, anything you want to chat about, send it in to us using the hashtag IFSCWC on Twitter. And we'll have a chat to you on there. So 2 minutes left on here. Tatiana Shimolinkina still on the wall, so is Monica Recci and Anna Galiamova. Those are our current athletes still out and trying here.
Jawohl, sehr schön. Eine Minute 10 Sekunden noch Zeit.
Anna Galiamova here then.
Last minute.
Shout out on the Twitter saying, nice one, Crane, you legend, from Matthew Bird. Ash is back in as well, Ashley Scott. Got back late to watch the climbing. Oh, because you've been climbing, I see. So you're going to rewind, chill out, and watch the IFSC World Cup, watch Shauna move through.
One more try. Sie nützt es. So, meine Damen und Herren, und jetzt
Here we are then, another turnaround. Jenny Levada coming out now for Italy.
One.
And Mina Markovic, her last climb for today.
from Italy.
Nice and quick for these athletes. And Barbara Backer now out, the other Backer on A1.
Das ist das Sister Act. Swingen Hochachsenbacher hier auf der großen ganz links. Auf der 1 und der 2. Petra auf der 2. Jenny auf der 1.
Jenny Levada very quick to start on this one as well. Very emotional climber, Jenny Levada. If it goes bad, you'll know about it. If it goes well, you'll know about it. That was a good start for her. And you're not seeing double, I promise you, on the top left-hand side of your screen. It looks... I think the only difference is the trousers from this angle, but you've got Sabine and Barbara Backer climbing from here. In the top left-hand of your screen, wearing the same top. And they just look so similar. Mina, Leslie Wojcicki over on A3. She's going to need to get herself a top in as few amount of attempts as possible here. She's used up quite a few on the first 2. Any support from Mina, do let us know about it. Send it in on the Twitter feed. Anyone watching for Olga as well? Olga Iacoliva, a silver medalist at the World Championships last year in Bercy. Let us know, because I don't talk about Olga often enough, I don't think. Iacoliva, fantastic climber. More or less constantly makes semis. has made semis every time this year. She came very close to a final as well in Kitzbühel. 2 minutes 20 left on the clock. Interesting to say as well, Sabine is actually higher up on the world rankings than Barbara is at present. I've seen Sabine more often this year as well. She came 12th at Log Dragomer just recently, which is the best that she's done so far this year. Last year, the best was equal 15th. So Sabine's looking good. You can see her there on A2. Mina with 30 seconds. She's going to need to get a move on here. This is the tricky one. Undercling up to the bonus, then a big jump up into that pocket. And one more quick moving you there. Ten seconds left on the clock. And Barbara Bacher gets a top in that time as well. Fantastic way to finish up there. And here we go again. Some new athletes coming out for us now then. Diane Merrick. And Manon Chapet. Our 12th athlete to come out and start their climbs here. Well, the wind has definitely picked up. The weather is kind of staying the same. We're hoping. There are cloud covers coming in. Diane Merrick meant to start here. She has made semis a fair few times. Manon Chapet, one hand on the finish hold already, and there's the second one. There's a top for her. Very quick, less than a minute there for Manon Chapet. Therese Johansson, another powerful climber from Norway. You can see her there on A2 in the light blue. Got to go a little bit higher on that bonus hold. There it is. Shifted up a little bit more. Matching here as well by the look of things. She sorts her feet out. She's got to pop up with the right hand up to the next hold before swinging her feet across. There's the right. Looking good here. See the strain, but she's getting there. Monica Recci. 3 minutes left on the clock. How quick was that start from Manon Chapet a few minutes ago? Really good start there for her. Therese Johansson very close as well. There's a lot of support from the crowd there for her. And as the local MC is saying, there is plenty of time left. Take a rest, get on it again. Melanie Sandoz fighting away here on B4. Diane then with another attempt here on A1, this balance-based problem. Far too quick jumping up on that one. She needs to strike out for the arete and then take her time standing up here on this one. Pushing up with the legs is only going to push her away. Bottom section of this wall is actually slightly inclined, so she's going to be pushing herself out as opposed to up every time she tries that one. Melanie just needs to trust into that jump across a little bit more, or maybe brace it herself by keeping her hand on the jiu-jitsu if she can. Monica Ricci having the same problem with the similar type boulder just above her on the top right hand side of your screen. There's the minute gone now here for them, the last minute for these athletes. Leah Crane, she can get a foot onto that bonus hold, it's hers. She's just got to switch her feet up here. She should have turned that foot out, the left foot, and relied on that platform a little bit more. It's fantastic. It's a huge, huge hold sticking out from the wall there. Nice platform. We saw Shauna put a foot on it earlier as she made it up. We get ready for our next athletes to come out now with 10 seconds left here. Melanie Sandoz trying one last time, as is Diane Merrick.
4, 3,
that jump unfortunately not getting her there.
1.
Und wir begrüßen ganz recht aus mit der 123. Katharina Bosch. Ganz links mit der 93, Londa Bibik from Russia.
Lots of shouts and supports for Mila Leslie Wojastik here now, making her final climb today over on A4. Mina just turned 26 years old. Highest result last year was 15th. This year her results are much higher. She's definitely picked up a little bit here. 10th at Chongqing, 12th at Mio, 12th at Kitzbühel and 14th at Logdragomet. She wants to see that final. Saw her at the Tierra Boulder Battle as well this year. 5'6.5". This athlete. She's been climbing since she was 8 years old. Got into climbing, in a sense, while she was living in Bangalore in India. She lived for a year when she was young, and there was a little tumble gym, like a children's climbing frame there that her siblings used to play around on for a bit. And when they came back over into England, she had this obsession with going around her house trying not to touch the floor by sticking to all the items of furniture in the house. And after a few breakages, probably a few £100, the parents finally gave in and decided to start her off at climbing lessons at the local gym, and that's how she got into climbing at 8 years old. So if you're young and you're watching this at home, please ignore everything I've just said. Jenny Levada here as well. Came 17th at the World Championships in Paris. That's her highest result for a fair while. Came equal 22nd at our last comp in Logdragomet. So you see the concentration and the confusion on her face there. And there's Barbara Bakker on A2 and Sabine Bakker on A3. just under 2 minutes now. Nina not liking A4 here. Top for Jenny Levada though. And a round of applause from the crowd. Completely full crowd here now. To watch the climbing.
Last minute.
I've managed to cajole Monica Recchi into coming over because she's just finished up on the wall here. Okay, so this year, your first final at the start of the year in Chongqing. How was it for you?
It was amazing. I never thought it is so early for me, and yeah, it was amazing.
A really good start to the year, and you've come close a couple of times before as well, so it's looking like you're starting to push up now into that stage where it's hoping that we're going to see you in more finals. Who would you say you have to thank for getting into climbing and for the way that you now climb?
Yeah, my boyfriend, of course, yeah, he supports me always. Yeah, of course, my family and my coach. Yeah, that's...
Who first got you into it as a sport? How did you first get into climbing? When did you first start climbing? When did you first start climbing?
Well, I don't know, just 7 years? I don't know.
So not that long. You haven't been climbing since you were really, really young.
With 12 or 13 years? Yeah, but I don't know.
So how did you start? Was it just that it appealed to you? Did you see a gym or somebody else climbing, or how did you get into it?
With my family, we were in a hiking group, and on a bad weather day, we went in the gym. Yeah, and since then, I never went out. Yeah.
So you actually have the rain to thank for the reason that you're a climber.
Yeah, that's right.
So if it did rain here today, that would be a good thing for you. That's a good omen.
Not really, but maybe.
Okay, so what about training then for you and with the team? Do you all train together, or are you split in under different coaches? I mean, how does it work in Germany as you train?
In Germany, we only 3 times or so we train together, the whole team, and the rest of the year we have to train alone. It's not that, yeah, it's not so motivating to train alone. Yeah.
Do you have a coach come out to you to then do that training on your own, or is it just that it's left up to you when you're on your own?
I have a coach, but most I train on my own, yeah.
Well, congratulations on your results here today. I hope to see you through to the semi-finals. You're not happy with them?
No, I fall on top 3, and yeah, it's a bit not so good.
That's not too bad though either, is it? I mean, which was the one that caught you out? Which is the one that you didn't get up on?
The 3rd one, yeah. I touched the top, but I can't hold it.
What was it about that? Was it the more powerful type move that it just got to you at that point?
Power, yeah.
It's the thing with this one, because we've lost the 5 that we'd normally have. We've gone down to 4. I was talking to Melissa earlier, Melissa Leneve, was saying that it's really interesting because they seem to have made these 4 harder to compensate for the fact that it's missing. Do you prefer doing 4 harder ones, or would you prefer doing 5 slightly less hard ones?
Normally 5 less, yeah, not so hard. But today the boulders were really cool, so I think it's okay. Yeah.
Well, 3 tops isn't half bad at all, so I'm hoping that'll see you through to the semi-finals later on. If so, will you come and have a chat to us again?
Okay.
Thank you, Monica. As Monica Recchi for the German team, just finishing up her climb here today. 2 minutes 30 left on the clock then. So Vera Zalistra out now then. Diamerit moves over onto problem 2. Aya Onoe now out as well for Japan.
schon vorbei, alle 4 Boulder. Und wir setzen auch schon die Qualifikation zusammen. Die Anna Störung, oder hier
Vera Zylstra for the Netherlands. Very, very quick up there as well. She wanted it. You could see that she wanted it on A1. Highest result last year was 13th place. This year, the best that she's done is 21st. Well, let's hope she can improve on that one. Aya Inoue for Japan, young athlete, born in 1995. Starting to move up into the senior circuit. Came 19th just recently at Log Dragomir. Born in Saitama, lives in Kawaguchi. She came 5th at the Female Youth A Lead Asian Youth Championships in Singapore in 2011. Log Dragomir 2013, so the last comp we've just seen is actually her first Boulder IFSC comp. So this is only her second IFSC competition. Diane Merrick still working away here on A2. And we get ready for another rotation here. Our athletes coming out again then to start their climbs. It's looking like we might have a problem here with one of the backers. In fact, yes, I think we definitely have had a problem here with one of them. So at present, Barbara Backer is out on A3, but to make her last climb, Sabine Backer on A4 is actually right next to me with Win, the jury president, and one of the Austrian coaches here as well. And it's looking like her right ankle is quite twisted, unfortunately. It looks like we could have a sprain here, or at least a jar. She's not looking comfortable. That is why there is a gap now on the top right-hand corner of your screen. I can see Sabine just next to us. And the coaches are just working on her here, getting her to do a few exercises, but you can see, or I could see already straight away there when she went in to do a few exercises, wincing over the right ankle. So unfortunately, it looks like we have a problem here. And unfortunately, guys, yeah, I have to report that Sabine Backer is not in the competition anymore. She's having to pull out at this point. She's a little bit upset about that, as you would expect to be competition on your home turf. Women's just come across and said she's not allowed to compete. We're pulling her out. So that's what's happening, guys. So unfortunately, we've lost Sabine Backer. Petra Klingler having a go now over on B4. And Barbara Backer over on A3. Nelly Kudrova then for the Czech Republic out here as well. Came 20th last year in Innsbruck at this comp. Results this year, 41st at our last comp and 45th at Miol. I'm just going to pop out and have a look at the results as they're standing at the moment as well. Akio Noguchi then currently in first place in her group. Shauna Coxey in second. Petra Klingler already in third with 3 flashes here. Looking very, very good, but I know that she's had a couple of attempts on B4 here. But looking good so far. Manon Chapet in 4th place. In the other group then, Anna Storr in first. 4 tops in 8, in equal first with Alex Puccio, who also has 4 in 8. Mokaroda in third with 3 and 3. Melisela Neve in fourth with 3 and 4. And that's how that's looking at the moment. Monica Recci, we were just talking to, is in 8th place at the moment. But I do believe that's because their results haven't quite updated yet, because it's saying that she only has 1 top at the moment. And we know from speaking to her that she's done 3. So I'll check what that is in a few moments' time and see what's going on. Eula Verm in 4th place in her group with 3 tops in 4. Katharina Porsche here on B2. Petra Klingler on B4. Barbara Backer and Nelly Kudrova over on the A's. And in between her, or them, is Olga Bibic for Russia. I did just feel the first spat of rain. And the wind is once again picking up with 30 seconds left on the clock. Can Petra Klingler get there? She's 1 move away here. Just take her time on it. Looking very, very strong. Petra Klingler, 4 tops here at this competition. Very nicely done. A nice finish for her with 20 seconds still left on the clock as well. Here is the list.
5,
Therese Johansson
4, 3,
coming out again for us. Diane Merrick. Along with Chloe Collier, who comes out onto A1 now for us. Joined 29th at the World Championships last year. Was 23rd at Log Dragomir just recently. Chloe Collier. Leah Crane on B4, her final boulder for today. Collier taking her time here on A1. Therese Johansson making her final climb, A4. This is more her style as well. There's a lot of shoulder work here and getting onto that swing and holding it before moving up. Power based. Coordination. Let's hope she can make something out of this one. Leah Crane then with another attempt on B4. Moving up to the Jiu-Jitsu volume now. You can see you've got a right hand on it. Little satellite dish, 2 hands now. And is she managing to hold that? I'm not sure. Yes, she is. She started to come off then, but she managed to stick it. See the strength in those hands there. We saw Melanie Sandoz struggling with that one. French athlete a moment ago. Not so for Leah Crane. Aware of the time here as well. She's got plenty of it left. Aya Anoe on B2 then using these pinch holds. Moving to the left hand side of that one, using a heel hook to secure it before moving up to the bonus. This is good so far. A top there for Collier. Aya Noe. Oh, just slipping off the penultimate hold. She got a hand to it, but just couldn't quite cling on. Teresa's managed that switch. Oh no, she's come down at the last. It looked like she was going to stick that one as well. A top though for Manon Chapet. 1 minute 45 left on the clock.
Das ist die Qualifikation des Weltcups 2013 hier in Innsbruck. Billigen dazugekommen sind hier die Qualifikation der Damen ist voll im Gange. Man sieht die Weltelite des Kletter- und Bouldersports hier bei uns wieder einmal im Jahr als 3 Tage lang Klettern pur hier am Hartplatz in Innsbruck. Einmalige Kulisse und natürlich die besten Damen und Herren des Kletterweltcups machen hier die 5. Station in dieser
Last
Weltcup.
minute.
Und eine Dame ganz besonders die Anna Stör ist vielleicht auch den Weg zu ihrem 5. Weltcup-Sieg gefolgt. Anna Stör is working very hard to welcome to us, winning 4 times in a row, and probably she's getting the 5th win here on the stage at the World Cup 2013 in Innsbruck, Austria, and we'll be for the next 2 qualify probably. Definitely, as we can see on the scoring right now. Anna Stör puts you on aura. And first 3.
5, 4, 3,
Definitely hold
2,
the first
1.
people that go into the semi-final and the best 6 into the final after that. Jada Alda auf der 4. Mit der 127, David Schweiger auf eine große Hoffnung aus dem österreichischen Team, ganz rechts außen.
Berit Schweiger and Anja Hodan now out to make their first climbs. Fanny Gibbet out on B2 and Nelly Kudrova on A2. Jenny Nevada and Barbara Backer making their last climb of the day. Barbara, no doubt, a little bit concerned about her sister Sabine. I've just seen Sabine carried back into the ISO tent. She has a team of paramedics working around her at the moment. They're strapping her foot up, her right ankle, and icing it. They're strapping ice to it at the moment. But unfortunately, yes, we have lost Sabine Backer from the competition due to injury. Not something you ever want to hear, and I ever want to say, but there we are. Olga Bibic here on problem 3. We've seen this one trump a couple of the athletes, which is really interesting considering that Alex Puccio came out and made it look like it was nothing at all. I can see the start holds there along the arete edge of A4. Barbara making the most use of them to slowly get herself round and then making a huge jump, and that's just swinging her off the wall. Unfortunately, Jenny Levada still on the ground. Anja Hodan, 35 years old, over on A1. Present quite a bit this year. We saw her at Miol, came 28th there, then at Kitzbühel 39th and equal 27th or joint 27th at La Dragomir just recently. From Stockholm, the last time she made a final, she came 4th at the IFSC Climbing World Cup, which is a Bouldering World Cup in Sofia, Bulgaria in 2007 was the last time that Anja made a final. But she's one of the founders of Blockstar, which is the first Swedish bouldering club. She came first at the English Championship in 2005, 2006 and 2007. First at the Swedish Bouldering Cup in 2005, 2006 and 2007. First at the Nordic Championships in 2010. That's up there for Anja. And Jenny Levada moving into the upper section here of B4. 1 minute 15 left on the clock for her.
Last minute.
Last minute now, sounds. Just a little bit too quick there from Levada, a little bit too keen to get there on the penultimate hold. Popped up and couldn't quite get a hand to it. 10 seconds left, it's looking like we're going to have another turnaround now. We welcome back Chloe Collier, Diane Merrick.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Annalisa Di Marco now for Italy, and Silvia Rafovia on A1. Last climb for Manon Chapet and Diane Merrick here. Silvia Raffoia. Her highest score with us so far to date was a 28th placement here last year at Innsbruck. She's in the yellow top there. You can see at the top left-hand side of your screen at present. Plenty of time now for these athletes though. Still here with Valerie Kramer on B2. Managed to get to the bonus hold there, but not progressing past that point. '23rd place at the World Championships. Kramer came 30th this year at Log Dragomir.
Last minute.
Annalisa DeMarco still out in B1. Young athlete again, born in 1996. Came 25th at Log Dragomir this year. First at the Female Youth B Boulder European Youth Cup in Meran in 2011. And in Munich in 2011. First at the Female Youth A Boulder European Youth Cup in Grindelwald in Switzerland in 2012.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So, while we're waiting for these athletes to get started, let's have a brief look at the standings as they are at the moment. Here they are then, Women's Qualification Group A. We're going to take the top 10 of these through. That's your first 9 of them as we're standing at the moment. Mina still in, Leslie Wojastic, Monica Rucci still in 8th. That could be due to not updating. At present, Olga Bibic is in 10th place. This is what we have from the live scores on the IFSC's website. So this is what we're taking from the website at the moment to show you. Group B then, just quickly. Here we are, here's page 1, the first 9 of them for you. Leah Crane making it through. So at the moment, all 3 British athletes, 3 of the 4 British athletes for the women making it through. And the last one, page 10. Oh, sorry, 10th place on page 2. Wake up, Dan. I know, there we are, 10th place at the moment. Those are the tops, those are the bonuses. I'm going to keep a little bit quiet about those, though, because I am dangerously close to the waiting area for some of the athletes. The isolation, so I'm not going to say exactly what that score is. Back to the wall, though. Madeleine Eppensteiner of Austria here on A1. And Maria Mulya as well for the Ukraine out on B1. So top left and bottom right. Bottom left are your A1 and B1 for you now. Eppensteiner of Austria. '35th last year here at Innsbruck. See her at the top left of your screen. And Maria Mulya for Ukraine just below her. Born in 1990. 29th place so far this year at Kitzbühel is her best. From Kamenets Podoliski, she came 37th at the IFSC Bouldering World Cup in Vienna in 2011, Maria Mulya of the Ukraine.
Hier bei uns in Innsbruck, was sowas in der Zeit ist Wahnsinn. Wir sehen sie auch jetzt gleich in der Wertung, wird wahrscheinlich unter die ersten 5 rutschen. Sehr schön. Und wir sind gespannt auf unsere
Last minute.
Qualifikationswertung.
Sheila asking in the chat, how come they didn't validate Manon Chapet's last problem? Well, I really don't know, Sheila, why they didn't validate the last problem. Maybe it isn't an update yet on the scoring system, perhaps. That could be possibly what it is. But I don't know everything, I'm afraid. I can't be everywhere at once. Sheila, why don't you send a tweet over to Tim Hatch as well? That's I think he's joining us in the Twitter feed. And Tim looks after all that sort of thing. The resident wizard. I'm sure it's just an update thing. We are with 2 new athletes then, Federica Petri and Christine Schranz of Austria.
Und wir erinnern uns zurück an im Jahr 2010 die Europameisterschaft hier auf einer Boden. Unglaublich gelaufen. Anna Störer ganz souverän, Sigmar Scharf bei den Herren, aber auch die Fischhuber am Protest. Und wir sind auch gespannt, was
Federica Petri of Germany, 47th in Munich last year, 37th in Logdragomir just recently. Chloe Corlier working on A3 here now. Vera Zalistra, her last climb of the day on A4 now. Power-based problem here. There we are with Vera Zalistra again. Bear with us while the cameraman just makes some adjustments there. We'll be back with him in a few moments' time. 3 minutes 20 still left on the clock. Plenty of time for these athletes. Valerie Kramer still out on B3. And Aya Noe. Noe, one hand on the top, 2 hands. Round of applause from the crowd. Plenty of time left on the clock as well. A nice finish there on B4. One of the problems that has caused some of our other athletes some difficulties. Not so for Noe.
Nochmal einen Unterstützungsapplaus. Die letzten 1 Minute und 30 Sekunden für die Vierstands. Applaus jetzt!
So, Sylvie Rafova, Chloe Corlier and Vera Zadistra still out on the wall here, and on the other side Annalisa DeMarco and Christine Schranz still working on their problems here, B1. Vera Zadistra going up again for this one here, moving around the jiu-jitsu, can't quite hold that swing out onto the jug. She's going again for it though, she's got a minute to go for it. Get some support in the chat room now then for Vera Zadistra. One last try at this. Just swinging out a little bit too far there with the left. It's looking like she might go at it again. She does not want to go. Doesn't want to leave it as it is. Here we are again with another attempt with less than 30 seconds. Just swinging out a little bit too much. Maybe keeping a hand there on that hold might be enough. I think she wants the bonus now, so she's going for it. Maybe keeping a hand, the right hand on the jiu-jitsu hold could help her out a little bit here. It's looking like she's calling it a day on that one.
5,
Unfortunately,
4, 3,
watching the time tick away. Still with a relative smile on her face there though. Afra Honig and Mei Kotake out now on problems 1. We start off with them. Just 7 more athletes after May to come out before we start breaking down these walls. We're well over halfway now into our women's qualifications here in Innsbruck. Welcome if you are just joining us on YouTube or on some of the other streams that are out there on the IFSC's website. Square here is absolutely packed. I don't think you could get an extra person in it if you wanted to at the moment. Good few thousand for qualifications. It's a good sign. It's relatively quiet this morning for the men's, but it's packed now for the women's. Fanny Gibbet making her last climb here, B4. Looking good here for Fanny Gibbet. She's managed to make that dyno. As long as she doesn't lose it now, she should be secure here. These are some more classic moves from this point on. Just took a foot off there and couldn't quite get up with the right hand, unfortunately. While we are waiting then to break up the day, as I always like to do, some fun facts. Europe's second highest peak in order of prominence, the Großglockner, 3,798 meters with a prominence of 2,423 meters, is located in Austria. But Austria's got loads of things going on. The Krimmel Falls are here as well, which is Europe's tallest waterfalls, 380 meters. Less than a minute here now then. Nelly Kudrova fighting with A4. Fanny Gibert not wanting to call it a day here either on B4. Neither is Madeline Effensteiner. For Austria, crowd are behind her, but she's only got 15 seconds here. She can't quite move up. It's looking like she's calling it a day there, shaking her head and moving back.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And so we rotate again. Some new athletes then out for us. Andrea Ebner and Mariana Fierro. Italian and a Mexican athlete out here.
Andrea Ebner aus Südtirol. Und auch die Christine Schanz mit der 130 jetzt auf der 2.
Mariana Fierro, 1995. Mexican athlete here. 51st at Log-Dragomer just recently. She's from Oaxaca in Mexico. I believe that's how you say it. It's a crazy spelt place where she's from. O-A-X-A-C-A. In Mexico. Oaxaca. I think that's the best way I can pronounce it. That's where she's from, Mariana Fierro. Mike, our producer, down the line saying, actually, I know of a tequila from there. I'm not going to say what that speaks about our producer, Mike. She came 42nd at the Female Youth A Lead competition at the IFSC World Youth Championship in Singapore. We were there last year, so was she. Valerie Kramer, her last crime today for Israel. Working hard here on B4. She's managed the dyno. There you can see Valerie Kramer deciding where she wants cleaned.
Heftig unterstützen, meine Damen und Herren. Sie probiert und lacht. Das ist wichtig.
Last minute.
And just a shout out reminder to all of you then though, I know a lot of you have already, because we have seen a bit of a surge on the Facebook page, which is great. We want to see a bit more surging before the end of this competition. We are 180 likes away from 20,000 on Facebook. Facebook.com/sport climbing 2020. Get yourselves on there and give us a like. Help us start pushing towards the Olympics in 2020. We want to see the support. The IFSC are impressed by the amount of support we have. Does count. So please do get on there. Call up friends. Whatever you need to do. Let's get ourselves to 20,000 likes. And while you are on there as well, why not participate in the donation campaign that's running on the Facebook site and earn a chance at winning one of 54 prizes.
5,
Some
4,
climbing equipment.
3, 2, 1.
T-shirts up for grabs on there, as well as chalk bags as well on there. Well worth being a part of.
Auch sie ist da ganz gut dabei, was die Qualifikation betrifft. Und jetzt auch zur Unterstützung.
Anya Hodan here for her last climb of the day on A4. Another one of the problems that should be suited to her style. Very powerful climber. You can see her there with the Swedish gear on in the top right hand corner of your screen. Deciding what to do with her feet here before moving out to try and take this pocket with the left. And everyone seems to be having this problem of swinging out a little bit too far there on that one. And she's having the same problem as well here. Maria Mulja on B3. Thomasina Pigeon here though as well. Over on B1, making a start. A 23rd of 28 athletes to come out. So we only have 5 left to come before we start breaking down the wall here today. We're well over halfway the women's qualifications. Welcome if you are joining us here in Innsbruck, capital city for the state of Tyrol, one of the 9 states that make up the Federal Republic of Austria. 2 minutes 30 left to go on the clock. Still got Andrea Kumin for Switzerland out on A1. Anya Hoden on A4, the top right-hand corner of your screen. You can see May Kotaki as well, the top left. And Madeleine Eppensteiner in the middle of the top right. On the bottom then, Thomasina Pigeon of Canada. You can see there on B1. And next to her, Afra Honig. Maria Mulja and then Berit Sveiga, sorry, on B4, making her last climb for today.
Diese Kletterwände sind verbreitert nach 30 Meter lange Wände, 4,5 Meter hoch und das Ganze noch über 150 oder 810 Wände. Auch für
Maria Mouliard, 2 hands on, and there's a top for her as well. With less than a minute left. A nice finish there for her. Thomasina Pigeon still struggling with B1 here. 10 seconds left on the clock. It's looking like that's going to be it. There we welcome some more new faces out onto the field.
2, 1.
Auch sie hat hier probiert, der nächste Wechsel. Und jetzt nochmal einen großen Applaus für den Außen. Anna Polen wieder. Dicke Chance auf der 3.
So Nikki van Bergen out now for the Netherlands, and Anna Vollenweider. Seen Vollenweider this year already. Won in 1995. We've seen her twice this year. We saw her take 31st place at Kitzbühel and 39th at Log Dragamet.
Jawohl, sehr schön, ausgezeichnet. Hier ganz rechts die Anna. Das hat sie glaube ich recht. Und das hat sie recht.
And Nikki van Bergen of the Netherlands over on A1 now. You can see Andrea Ebner here on A2. Using a heel here by the look of things to try and get a little bit more leverage on moving up towards the bonus, which could work, but hasn't that time. And Alyssa DeMarco making that swing there with relative ease. One hand, the right hand going up, and then just swinging into it a little bit, staying comfortable all the way. Hand up to the penultimate hold. She's looking good here, DeMarco. One hand nearly on the top here, just trying to lever herself into it a little bit more, get a better leverage. One hand on, and two, there it is. And Elisa DeMarco, a good finish there for her at the end of the day. Christine Schranz on B3 for Austria, the crowd getting behind her, but no, just missing the pocket there. 2 minutes 15. Can have a wander over now and have a brief glimpse at what our results are saying at present. I can see it in the arena here, so let's go and have a look. And the sun has stayed with us, which is fantastic. It's making me a little bit happier. Okay, so Mina Leslie Majestic still in at the moment in 7th place with 2 tops in 6 attempts. 3 bonuses in 6. 10th place in Group A then is still down to Olga Bibic, tied with Federica Petri of Germany. And also Andrea Ebner, who all have 1 in 1 and 1 in 1 when it comes to tops and bonuses here for them. Alex Puccio still holding firm in equal first place with Anna Storr. Nobody's done better yet than 4 tops in 8 attempts. Meikotaki currently in 20th place here, so not to make it through, unfortunately, at present. And this looks good. And it is a top as well. Over on B3 for Christine Schranz, with 1 minute left to go. Jenny Levada in 8th place in her group as well. So at the moment, Jenny Levada's making it through as well. Leah Crane has unfortunately dropped out here. 2 tops in 2 attempts, 4 bonuses in 11 to put her in 12th place. Petra Klingler still holding firm in 3rd place though in her group, with 4 tops in 9 attempts, 4 bonuses in 9. Exceptionally well all the way through that competition there. 3 flashes on the first 3, and then the last one unfortunately in 6 attempts, but still very firm standing to put her up that high. Anna Galiamova's in, Mina Markovic is in, Melissa Leneve, Amoka Oda, Alex Puccio and Anna Storr in that group at the moment. Therese Johansson is currently in 9th place with 1 top, 1 attempt, 2 bonuses in 2, and Olga Bibic, Federica Petri and Anna Ebner as well, all in equal 10th. Which, as we saw with the men's, we've got 22 male athletes going through to the semi-finals. The same thing could be happening here with the women. We could have even a few more than that going through into the semis by the look of things at the moment. Sun's still with us, turning into an okay evening here. Quite a nice evening, in fact. Let's hope it just stays that way for the rest of the competition. We don't want any madness this late in the day. Julia Alton now for Italy, and Anna Taripa for Germany. Coming out. Just 3 more to come after both of these athletes. And then we start breaking down our wall here. Hopefully you've enjoyed the coverage so far today of the women's qualifications. If you have, let us know about it by getting yourself onto Twitter using the hashtag IFSCWC, and spread the word to get as many more people as we can coming to join us on these feeds. We do have a little family with our regulars. We always like to add new blood into the fray.
Last minute.
Hier am Tor, sehr schön gemacht. Mit der 105 Anna Friedrich aus Deutschland. Oder wahrscheinlich einer der publikumswirksamsten Disziplinen, recht simpel, recht publikumsnah. Ohne Seil, ohne Zwischensicherungen. Und Klettergurt, einfach nur Schaukel und Kletterschuhe. Und natürlich Hochstandards. Kurze, aktive Kraft vor den Zügen. Dynamisch. Absoluter Kraftlimit an. Wirklich Kraftfahrt.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Und nochmal Applaus hier im Rahmen dieser Qualifikation für
So one of our final turnarounds though, we welcome out some new athletes. Sylvia Buksek for Poland out for us now on A1, and Anna Sophie Collier, oh, sorry, Koller of Switzerland.
links außen mit der 106.
Sylvia still working here on problem 1 on Poland. 49th place in Munich last year, 35th in Log Dragomir. Well, I am fortunately joined by Madeleine Eppensteiner, one of the Austrian climbing team here. You've just finished your climb for today. How was it?
It was really cool, and there were really cool boulder problems, so I actually really enjoyed climbing. So I'm really happy. So whatever is the outcome.
Do you know how many tops?
I've topped one boulder. I'm not counting with the last one. I think I could have done it as well, and the third one as well, because it was quite close. But whatever. I think it was good, and climbing in front of your friends and of all your student colleagues, it's really cool as well.
It really picked up here today during the day, because I mean this morning with the men's it was quite quiet, because I think probably the rain as well, the weather, everyone was sort of staying in the dread of rain coming in. Now it's gone sunny, and there must be about 3,000 or 4,000 people here. So what does it mean for you competing in front of a home crowd of that size here on your home turf?
It's honestly, it's so amazing, and I have to admit it was my goal to compete here in Innsbruck this year, because I mean climbing in front of your friends and of your home in your hometown is something totally different. So I actually really enjoyed it. And it's also cool if you're fired on by your friends and you know they're all stand behind you.
So it's a good feeling in front of the home crowd.
Totally.
Got myself distracted. There's so much stuff going on. So sorry. Right, so what about you for the rest of the year, and what's happening for you from now on then? Are you going to any others? Because I know that last year we saw you once, I think. Was it here last year?
Yeah, I competed here in Innsbruck last year as well, and I competed in Kitzbühel, where I think I probably did a little bit better than this time. But I don't know whether I can make Munich, but we'll see.
So you're part of the Austrian climbing team. So how do you get onto that? How do you become a member of that one? Is it that you have scouts coming out to local gyms, or how does it work?
Well, I'm not a member of the national team, but having had really good results in the last Austrian Cups, like you get points for each position that you get, and if you gain a certain amount of points, you're allowed to compete here at the home World Cups and the World Cups here, which are really close.
So if anyone was in Austria now watching this and wanting to get involved, the way to do it is to get involved in local comps and the local Austrian comps, and then if you're noticed from that, there's a chance you can come into the World Comps.
Exactly. And if you do well here in the World Cups, like if you get within the first 20, you get on the national team.
So it's as quick as making semis for making it through into the national team, or is it? Yeah?
It's quick. Well, it's not that quick probably, but well, whatever. I think the most important thing is that you enjoy yourself climbing and that you have fun, and that's the most important thing.
No, absolutely. I just meant that making it once, I thought they would want to see like even more like consistent semi-finalist position. But you know, as long as you can show that you're getting up to that quality, then that's the way in.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. So what's the plan for you then for the rest of the year? We might see you at another one or not.
We'll see. I don't know. Maybe Munich. Maybe I'm climbing in Australia or something. So.
What, you're going over to do some climbing over in Oz?
Excuse me?
In Australia, you're going over to do some climbing?
Yeah, possibly. Like I'm going outdoor climbing in Australia, so.
Ah, right. Okay, cool.
Is it outdoor climbing now?
I was trying to say you could probably get in touch with some of the Aussie climbers that are here as well. We've got the 3 boys. I think we're getting a female Aussie climber coming to one of the comps pretty soon as well. So try and get them to come over for us, yeah?
I will try to.
Is that a deal? You convince them for us?
Okay, let's make this deal.
I'll shake on it. Let's go. There we go. Madeline Eppenstein, thank you very much for talking to us. I'd really love to see you through to the semis. I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thanks, Maddie.
Und mit der 137, Cathy Laflamme from Canada.
So Madeline Eppensteiner having a brief chat to us about how to get into climbing if you are in Austria.
Jawohl. Cathy on top. Weiter. Und hier ist noch vorher nächste 150 Eier, die auch hier mal ganz souverän mit dem Einser hier auf die Matte gegangen sind jetzt. An der 2 sie versucht.
Cathy Laflamme out now for Canada. We've seen her before as well. Yara Spate for Switzerland. These are our penultimate 2 athletes, only one more from each, one from A and one from B to come out before we wrap things up here, or begin to wrap things up here. Final 2 athletes, Petra Rudzikova and Risa Ota.
Und mit 133 die Gymnasier aus Kanada. Eine Minute und 40 Sekunden.
Mei Kotaki here on her final climb. After her, 7 athletes to come out. And do their final climb here. So roughly an hour left to go then. seen a lot of athletes struggling with problem 4.
Last minute.
Afra Honig of Germany. Joint 42nd in Munich. And joint 49th in Logdragamere. Afra Honig. Thomasina Pigeon, one of those athletes that just keeps coming, makes sure that she makes it out to these comps, participate in them. She climbs in lead as well, Thomasina Pigeon for Canada, which is great, because we don't have that many Canadian athletes around. Kathy Laflamme is here as well. Of course, we have Sean McCall, but
5, 4, 3,
always the more the
2,
merrier.
1.
Trying to convince Sandeep to go home and convince some extra Indian athletes to come out and start having a go at the tour as well. Just having a brief chat to him a few moments ago. Anna Vollenweider for Austria, still just talking herself through B3, right next to Mariana Fierro of Mexico, who's talking herself through B4. Into that stage of the day where a lot of our athletes spend a lot of the time on the ground trying to rethink how they're going to attempt these problems. Get the difficult stage where the beta isn't quite read in the right way. Well, there comes a problem with that. Some of the more inexperienced athletes. Not so, though, for Risa Ota. Over on B1, very quick finish there for her. Just over a minute to analyze it and get all the way up to the top. Anna Vollenweider making an attempt here now on B3. Up to the bonus, jump to the pocket. It's all about accuracy, that jump there. Just overshoot that pocket a little bit. They're coming down again, as she did just. Nikki van Bergen then, up here as well. Two minutes left on the clock. One last push then for Anna Vollenweider. Coming towards the end of our day. Very nicely done there by Anna Vollenweider. Manages to top out after a fair few attempts and analysing it and getting down and looking at it for a while and getting up again. But a nice finish there for her.
last minute. Five, four, three, two, one.
So, der zweite Wechsel, der nächste Wechsel hier im Raum.
Two athletes from Switzerland out now in Group A. There they are, Yara Spate and Andrea Kuhlmann. Out on A2 and A4. Nobody on A1. We're starting to get towards that stage of the day now. Cathy Laflamme out on B2 to make up one of our two Canadian athletes out in the B group. Thomasina Pigeon on her last climb, Boulder 4, and in between them, Julia Alton for Italy. Yara Spate here on the overhang. Couldn't quite get a hand to it secure enough. And on A4, Andrea Kuhlmann. There's a lot of shouts for Anna Tariffa as well from the crowd behind us. The crowd are still here. A little bit more subdued than they were earlier today, but they are still here. And very nicely done. Great to see tops this late in the day. On A3, Anna Tariffa manages to move from that pocket up to the final hole. The powerful move, that transition there to hold it, and she made it.
Und bei ihr kann sich auf jeden Fall in der Qualifikation mit dem Einzug ins Semifinale noch einiges tun. Wir sind gespannt.
Thomasina Pigeon still on the ground here. 2 minutes 25 seconds left on B4. Bottom right hand corner of your screen. Next attempt here then. No arete to use here, and straight up onto the satellite dish volume just above it. The Jiu-Jitsu hold. Really isn't much of anything there to secure this swing out. Over onto the pocket that we see a lot of our athletes coming off on, but Julia Alton with a top here as well, though, on that twin problem B3, very similar to A3 that we just saw a top on as well. So not too bad this late on in the day as well. Thomasina with another attempt.
Internationale Karriere machen der Marktplatz, wenn sich die meisten erinnern, im Jahr 2010 diese Europameisterschaft und natürlich eine unglaubliche Stimmung damals an der Stör.
Last minute.
And there is the dulcet tones of our announcer with the last minute sound for these athletes here now then. Still got Andrea Kumin and Yara Speit just starting off on different problems, A2 and A4 here for the Swiss team. 30 seconds left on the clock. We have another turnaround ready to go. And we welcome back into the field Silvia Buksek and Petra Rudzikova, Risa Ota and Anne-Sophie Koller still about to come out now. Moving towards the end of the day here, our last few athletes coming out to finish in style.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nikki van Bergen here now on A4 as well, her last climb for the day. I was just joking with Silvia Buksek actually, because she was standing next to me getting ready to go on, and she practically emptied a chalk bag over my face, which is a nice way to end a day. Looked like a ghost. Silvia Buksek here though, starting off on A3. Nikki van Bergen using the arete to get up towards the jiu-jitsu. It's all about controlling this swing out, or having the power in the hands to hold on to it. Maybe a second hand to stop you onto this next hold, the yellow hold in the middle. Could possibly work. Whether we'll see some athletes trying that, I don't know, this late on. It's holding on to that dish is just not working for anyone at the moment. It's just letting you slide off the angle that it's at. Anna Vollenweider. Here on B4, making that same attempt. Can she stick this swing out though? No, unfortunately not. Anne-Sophie Koller on the bonus hold already here on A3, B3, sorry. One more move and this is hers. I seem to find that a lot of the athletes in the later stages are finding B3 relatively easy, and A3. Let's see whether that can happen with Silvia Buksek then for Poland on her next attempt over on A3.
Und jetzt großen Applaus für die Anna Vollenweider.
2 minutes left on the clock. Another attempt here then for Anna Vollenweider.
Sehr schön. Wir hoffen hier an der 4 für das Beste. Die Anna ist derzeit in ihrer Kategorie auch schon mit Anfang hier in der Qualifikationsliste. Sehen wir sie derzeit auf 10. Und das kann natürlich viel entscheiden, wenn sie jetzt hier nochmal das Ganze
last minute.
Langzeit umbringt, zumindest hier über den Fotostrip. Da ist dann schon einiges für Sie drin. Letzten 50 Sekunden und jetzt nochmal der Anfeuer hier unsere Anna. Anna voll wieder. Alle, hopp. Sekunden, noch genügend Zeit. Alle. Geht schon Anna, auf geht's, auf geht's. Bleib dran. Ja, die letzten 10 und die letzten
5,
auch für Sie
4,
einen großen Applaus,
3,
meine Damen und Herren.
2,
Toll gemacht.
1.
Und weiter geht's. So natürlich jetzt ganz spannend für Sie und natürlich auch für uns mit der 105, die Anna aus Deutschland, die hier noch einiges mitzureden hat, so glaube ich. Ebenso ihre Nachbarin mit der 107, die Jara Städte, jetzt auf der 3. Ebenfalls auf der 3 37, Katie Lackner.
Down to just two athletes now. Two of our athletes out. Yara Spate and Anna Tarippa, Kathy Laflamme and Julia Alton. So just 3 more rotations after this. Now we will be saying our goodbyes until tomorrow and knowing exactly who our 10 from each group are, making it through into the semi-finals. Anna Tarippa, after the success on Boulder 3 a few moments ago, hopefully she'll be in a good spirit to make some strong attempts here on A4. Using a toe hook here, which we haven't really seen yet. This could... We did see an athlete earlier try to use a toe hook to stall the swing out a little bit, but it's a bit far. There's a possibility she could do this a little bit more static. And there you are, the results are in the top left-hand corner for you as we are looking at them at the moment. Anna Stor and Alex Puccio equal first then on Group A. Moka Oda, Melissa Leneve, Mina Markovic, Anna Galiomova, Mina Leslie Wojastik makes it through to the semis. Monica Recci makes it through, as does Therese Johansson here in 9th place on Group A with 1 top in 1 attempt, 2 bonuses in 2. That's all you need to get through into 9th place at the moment. The 10th place belongs to Andrea Ebner with 1 top in 1 attempt and 2 bonuses in 6. That's all you need at the moment to see you through to the semi-final. So if Anna Tarippa can top here, she will make it through to the semis and knock Andrea Ebner out. At the moment she can't because she's got 1 top in 2 attempts. Very nearly stuck that swing out as well, Anna Tarippa, so that could be quite interesting. The rest of the standings as they are at the moment then. Unfortunately lost Sabine Bakker due to an ankle injury. There we are. Tarippa has made that swing. If she can top here, she makes it through. A last-minute change. A nice way to finish a day as well. Let's have a glimpse at Group B then for you as well. Here we are then. Akio Noguchi in first with 4 tops in 6, 4 bonuses in 6. Shauna Coxey, Petra Klingler, Julian Verm, Aya Onoe, and Alyssa DeMarco, Katharina Porsche, Manon Chapet, and Jenny Levada. So some athletes there that we're not used to seeing, always making it through to the semis. Getting there here on this one. So Jenny Levada, 3 tops in 7 here. So in this group, Group B, it's a few more that you're going to need to get through. Katharina Sarvine, really strange to see her down there in 10th place, just clinging on. But with 3 tops in 9 attempts, she's looking pretty good here next to Tatiana Shamolinkina with 2 tops in 2. So she's a top ahead So looking quite secure in 10th place, and that
Last
looking like it won't change all that much as we move towards the end of the day. But we always like to see some last-minute tops. Add a bit of excitement to the end of it, go out with a bang.
Ist unterwegs, ganz motiviert. Sie will die Zone.
30 seconds though, it's looking like Anna Tarip is going to be calling it a day. She is. She comes over shaking her head. Unfortunately, that's going to be it for her. 25 seconds then. A third of our final few turnarounds, just 10 seconds from now. So Julia Alton finished and Kathy Laflamme waiting 5 minutes before her final climb. Final climb of the day then for Anne-Sophie Koller for Switzerland, and Risa Ota over on B3, waiting for that extra turnaround before she comes out one more time. Petra Rudzikova still to go as well. Last climb for Sylvia Buksek for Poland. Making a start here using the toe hook. Try and stall that swing gap, and unfortunately just swing it a little bit wide there. Plenty of applause though for Risa Ota, who manages a top there. In Group B, which I believe gives her at least 2. Which could mean that she's going to be a bit more of a danger than we expected to some of the people in Group B. We're going to have another brief look at these groupings then. So as it's standing at the moment, this is Group B. In the top left hand, I'm pretty sure that Risa Ota has at least 2 tops. I'm not sure how many attempts she's done it in, but when we go to the 10th place here in Group B, I think it's 3 and 9, yeah, from Katharina Sauerwein. It is. 3 and 9 is the one to beat. And at the moment we can't see Risa Ota on there, but we'll wait and see. 3 and 9 the one to beat, to see whether Risa Ota manages to actually knock Katharina Sauerwein out of the semi-finals. We'll wait and see on that one. She's got one more climb, Risa. And we'll have a look at Group A as well while we're there, just to show you what the standings are for those athletes. Yeah, there's Risa Ota there in 20th place, but that was only after one of her tops, and it was a flash. And that second one she did couldn't have taken her more than 1 or 2. She did it relatively quick. She manages this 4th and final problem. We could be seeing her in the finals. Well, here's Group A for you as well. Sorry, in the semi-finals. Here's Group A as well then for you. Top 9. 1 top and 3 bonuses. All you need to get you into this one. 2 tops, give you a secure place in there. Buksek just struggling a little bit with that swing gap. No shame in that. We've seen that from most of the athletes here today. 1 minute 25 left of this turnaround. Right to the end of the day now then, guys. A few more athletes to come out and we'll know exactly who our top 20 are going to be. We'll be back again with you for the semi-finals tomorrow at 12:30 local time. So midday.
last minute.
Und jetzt feuern wir hier sie nochmal an, meine Damen und Herren. Die Artillerie.
Very nearly managed to stick that one then, Sylvia.
Vielleicht knackt sie hier dieses Boulder-Problem. Es wäre ihr zu wünschen. Aber der lässt sich schon langsam die Kraft machen. Aber sie motiviert. Geht auf die Erreichung des Mal noch lang. 14, 10 Sekunden.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Einen Wechsel gibt's noch. Mit 137 jetzt auf der 4. Die hält die Lattler. Und links auf der 4. Die Jana steht auf der 6.
Three minutes 30 then. Yara Spate and Kathy Laflamme. And then one more switch and we will see Petra Rutikova and Risa Ota coming out. Risa Ota, which could have a bit of excitement at the end of if Risa Ota manages to do B4. We could possibly be seeing her through to the semi-finals. Whether she knows that at the moment or not, I don't know. 3 minutes. Different method there, different attempt for Yara Spate. Kathy Laflamme on a similar problem over on B4.
So, jetzt noch einmal die letzten 2,5 Minuten nochmal antworten hier für die 2 Mädels. Die probieren, was gibt's. Mit der 104 Yara Spate.
Using a toe hook here to get a little bit further out, a little bit more securely. Such a big jump though over to that yellow in the middle that most of our athletes are struggling to get further than that. And this is B4. This is the one that could be make or break for Risa Ota in just 2 minutes time. And also make or break for Katarina Sauerwein, who's currently in 10th place on the women's B group. If Risa Ota can do this B4 in a moment's time, Katarina Sauerwein won't make semi-finals. And she's seen finals this year as well, which is interesting. See her low down. They are very similar, these two problems. They are more or less identical in terms of the moves. Some of the holds might be a bit different, but the way of moving through the problem is more or less identical, and that's a deliberate thing set by Mark, our chief route setter, Davier. As we saw Jackie Godoff do the other week, trying to make them as similar as possible. If there are two groups, to make it fair on both groups. try and twin as many of the problems as possible, try and make them as comparable as they possibly can, mirrored. Less than a minute now left for them. Last few attempts. It's just a shame that on B4 you're not allowed to use the bridge there. You can't lean out onto that section. You could brace that swing. That would help you out a lot here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And here we are then, the really important one here for us is Risa Ota. Moving out onto B4 now. Petra Rizikova, her last climb on A4 for the Czech Republic. But Risa is where it's at the moment. She's still on the ground at the moment, Risa. Having a little look. She just has to top this, and it's hers. So Risa Ota making a start then, over on B4. Quickly up to the jiu-jitsu hold here. Is she going to be able to manage the swing out? This is the question. Very nearly, she grabbed it quite high there. I wonder whether she knows that if she manages to do this, that she'll get through into the semis or not.
First 20 athletes of the qualification are going into the semi-final. And after that, the best 6 go into the final tomorrow evening.
So 3 minutes, another attempt then for Risa Ota. She's got to keep it within the right attempt amount, and at the moment it's 9. Very, very close. Went straight with the 2 hands there. Can she make this? This is the question. Less than 3 minutes now left on the clock. Japanese team all gathered round, as well as a very full square of spectators still. Here we go again. Plenty of time for a few attempts, but she's going to need some time to work the upper section of the wall. We have seen quite a few athletes manage this swing out and then have even more difficulty on the upper section. Just not quite managing to hold it. The crowd really wanted to get there, as do the coaches. I think she must know. I can see her looking up at the board now, actually. She is looking at the results board as it stands at the moment. She must have some idea that if she makes this, she's through. Less than 2 minutes. She has to top here. If she does, and does it in less than a total of all of her climbs of 9 attempts, then she'll be through. B group is the harder group to get into. 3 tops the cut-off point. Petra Rizikova still powering away over on A4. Risa needs to use her time here, and she's not at the moment. She's too busy watching the results. Her eyes are falling on the main board If you can see her looking over that direction, she's looking at the results. I can see her from where I'm standing.
Last minute.
And that's her last minute, which means that she's only going to get about 2 more attempts in this at max. Can she do it? Shaking the arms out, loose up some lactic acid. Another push then. Grim determination, that's what she needs here now. Bear through the pain when she swings out in this one, just keep those hands clenched. Nope, not quite again. Less than 30 seconds. She's going to go for it one last time. 20 seconds. A lot of support from the team behind her. 15. It's looking like we might not get there now, Risa. And no, I think that might be an issue with being tired as well here. You can see lacking off towards the end of the day. Just a little bit lethargic. Tired as we move through. Well, ladies and gentlemen, no change then at the end of that one to B group or A group by the look of things at the moment. Well, we are just finishing up here now. Then you can see the crowd there. It's been a big one all the way through this competition. Waiting just to say goodbye. As the crowd thins out, we know now who is going to be making it through into the semi-finals. And the list is just up behind me now on the big screen. You can see it just up here a little bit, some of it, but you'll also be able to see it on your site if you're watching us now on the IFSC. The live feed results should be coming in for you then as well. A couple of minutes to make sure that they're all safe and that we know that they are going to be all confirmed. Might have some appeals, hopefully not. Well, that is it for us today for the women's qualifications. We will see you tomorrow for the semi-finals at 12:30 local time. I've been Daniel Finn, and for tonight, it's good night from me. I'll see you tomorrow.
Qualification steht da auch.